Osiris ruling Egypt, the Golden Age. Long ago, in the time before time, Osiris ruled Egypt with wisdom and peace. Under his divine guidance, the land flourished. The Nile gave life, crops grew strong, and the people thrived. Osiris brought laws, order, and the sacred teachings of the gods. It was an age of light, a golden age. Osiris on a golden throne, peaceful villages, priests teaching wisdom, lush Nile landscapes with temples and celebrations. Set's betrayal, the trap and death of Osiris. But jealousy grew in the heart of his brother, Set, god of chaos and storms. Set plotted in silence, waiting for his moment. At a royal banquet, he presented a magnificent coffin, crafted to fit only Osiris. When Osiris laid inside, the lid slammed shut. Set sealed it and threw it into the Nile. The king of the living was dead. Set's dark eyes, the banquet, the coffin glowing with magic. Osiris inside, thrown into the river as Isis screams. Isis and Nephthys recover the body. Osiris's wife, the goddess Isis, searched endlessly, her heart broken. With her sister Nephthys, she scoured the land, guided by divine love. Finally, she found his body hidden in the reeds of distant Byblos. She brought him home, mourning but determined. Isis flying over Egypt as a falcon, sacred symbols glowing, the coffin found. Tearful reunion under moonlight. Magical resurrection and birth of Horus. Through ancient spells and the breath of the gods, Isis brought Osiris back to life for one sacred moment. From that union, she conceived Horus, the falcon god, destined to avenge his father. Though Osiris could not remain among the living, he was reborn in another realm. Resurrection light shining from Osiris's body, magical rituals with Anubis, Isis glowing with divine power, stars forming Horus in the sky. Osiris becomes ruler of the underworld. Osiris descended into the Duat, the realm of the dead. There, he took the throne of the underworld, judging the souls of men. He became the eternal king of the afterlife, guiding spirits through their final journey. Osiris in a dark, majestic hall surrounded by stars, seated on a throne of gold. Anubis and Thoth beside him, gates of the Duat behind. The hall of judgment, weighing the heart. In the hall of Ma'at, every soul stands before Osiris. The heart is weighed against the feather of truth. If pure, it joins the fields of paradise. If heavy with sin, it is devoured by Amit, the soul eater. Thus, Osiris judges all with justice and eternal wisdom. Golden scales, the heart on one side, feather on the other. Thoth recording, Anubis watching, Osiris calm and just. A soul's fate revealed. Horus grows in hiding. As Osiris ruled the underworld, Isis fled to the marshes of the Nile to protect her unborn child, Horus. In secret and silence, she raised him far from Set's wrath. With the help of the goddess Hathor and Thoth, she taught Horus the ways of the gods, wisdom, war, and truth. Isis in the reeds, Horus as a child playing with falcons, training with a staff, glowing eyes of divine heritage, hidden sanctuaries under moonlight. Horus versus Set, the great battle. When Horus came of age, he challenged Set for the throne of Egypt. Their battle shook the heavens, lasting for years. They fought as men, as beasts, as storms. Set wounded Horus, but Horus never gave in. With the strength of justice, Horus stood tall. Epic duels between Horus, falcon-headed, and Set, with a beastly form. Thunderstorms, gods watching from the skies, desert torn apart by divine energy. The divine court of the gods. The gods assembled in a great tribunal. Ra, Thoth, Isis and others debated who should rule. Isis stood proud before them, proving Horus's divine right. Set tried to deceive, but Ma'at, goddess of truth, revealed all. A celestial courtroom with golden pillars, gods sitting in judgment, Ra glowing with sunlight, Isis presenting evidence, Ma'at holding her feather of truth. Horus, crowned as King Horus, was crowned Pharaoh of the living. Set was banished to the desert, god of chaos no more. Balance was restored. Maat triumphed, and Horus ruled with the spirit of his father, while Osiris watched from the realm beyond. Horus receiving the double crown of Upper and Lower Egypt, people celebrating in temples, Set walking alone into the sands, Osiris smiling from the underworld, the eternal cycle. And thus, the legend of Osiris, Isis and Horus became eternal. It is the story of life, death and rebirth, the story of justice against chaos, of love stronger than death, a myth written in the stars and carved in the stone of time. Stars forming the eye of Horus in the night sky. Carvings on ancient temple walls, the Nile flowing as the sun rises once more. The age of Horus, a new dawn. With Set defeated and balance restored, Horus began a new golden age in Egypt. Temples rose, the Nile flowed in peace, and the name of Osiris was honored in every corner of the land. Horus ruled not with vengeance, but with wisdom, guided by the memory of his father and the love of his mother. Massive temples being built, Horus on his throne beside Isis, people offering prayers to statues of Osiris, the eye of Horus glowing in the sky. The divine cycle of life and death. The myth of Osiris was not just a story, it became a sacred truth. Each year, Egyptians reenacted his death and rebirth in grand ceremonies. They believed that as Osiris rose from death, so too would their souls rise. In him, life triumphed over death. In him, the journey never ends. Priests in white robes performing rituals, sacred riverside ceremonies, symbolic coffins, torches in the night, rebirth of the sun at dawn. Osiris in every soul. To the ancient Egyptians, Osiris was more than a king. He was the soul of all mankind. Every heart was tested in the hall of judgment. Every soul that walked the path of Maat would meet him. He was the gatekeeper, the guide, the promise of eternity. A soul walking through the Duat, guided by Anubis, approaching Osiris's throne, a heart being weighed, the soul ascending into a golden field of reeds. Final scene. Legacy of the divine family. Osiris, Isis, Horus, and Set. Their tale is the eternal heartbeat of ancient Egypt, a divine drama of love, betrayal, rebirth, and justice, written in hieroglyphs, remembered in stone, and still whispered by the wind along the Nile. Wide cinematic shot of ancient Egypt under the stars, with statues of the gods glowing faintly, the Nile glistening, and the constellation of Orion, linked to Osiris, rising above the horizon.